down, driving economic activities down, the very revenue now per se generated, that is the revenue which are further hurt. And a call in many directions in terms of the aggressive nature of how government wants to get revenue. Aside that, a lot of people do business out of business. Until you would want, say, Obiano or your business, there should be full disclosures to government. But Ubehono now for the business no far in chain. And it is because of the hostile nature of the Ghanaian environment today. It has never been like this. And it is so unfortunate how things are being handled at this point in time. Sayansheya, we keep warning and warning and warning. Yansheya, a lot of the people living are not just living because there are high taxes, hostile environment, business environment, but they are also living because of the unnecessary harassment, which we must have a way to do things more harmoniously with businesses. Ushensua, the GRA has implemented the e-tax system in some way. It is not so effective, but I think it is a beginning of something which I think it is good. Taking out the human interference. And so that is also a plus for them, but that should be enhanced and things should be done professionally, because from where some of us sit, we can feel that pressure on the businesses, and it is so unnecessary. And it is time someone calls them to order to be professional in their work. Yes, you pay revenues, no. You hear revenues, no pa. Say, and to me, I need those revenues now. It further weakens our physical stability. And in that regard, this is what I would say. Now, if we move on and look at senior business climate etia, it is clear, say, production is being grinded to a halt. Inflation at 44%, yet to peak. One year now inflation peaking somewhere around 60%, based on the issues going on. On the macro side, the city seems to be doing a bit okay. The rates are dropping a bit, but that is just temporary. But per se in trencher, then we must do things right. Bank of Ghana has that responsibility to make sure, we don't have excess quantum of money in existence and now in circulation. Apart from that, I think, we have not been hawkish enough in terms of the setting up of the NPR rates. I think it has gotten to a point that fiscal policy is actually going to interfere with monetary policy. Minkah say, if you have set an NPR rate of about 27%, we can say this is the cost of borrowing, at least at your level. And government says that because of my debt structural program, may not 5% and 10%. That undermines the entire macroeconomic stability that we have. That has the ability to create a lot of panic within the system. And the panic in our system, and now the little panic we are experiencing, it is due to the fact that there is a clear conflict in monetary policy and fiscal policy, or the austerity measures to get us to a stable and sustainable position as a country. that aside, we have not shown enough commitment on the side of government. There must be a real cut in terms of government expenditure. We must see payroll cuts. We must see a 0% financing of capital expenditure. Then we can say, government is serious about what is going on. Now, if you increase the growth of your expenditure from 2021 to 2022 for about 42%, and now you are doing close to 50%, then nothing has changed. Your appetite has not changed. You are not acting as if there is something wrong with this economy. You cannot act as business as usual and still want others to feel the pinch. That is not how it is done. And therefore, I think, sir, if you put everything together, it indicates one thing: a clear sense of confusion on the economic front in this country. And that is not what we need. We need clear directions at this point. And I thought that the person that the vice president portrayed to be could have showed up now in this crisis. But he has failed to do that. And that is so worrying, that there is no leadership on the economic management front. Debt restructuring in terms of Niasi or Greece, any Jamaica, Ninginano. Me fiase aka Greece say austerity measures after several analysis Bank of IMF and out can say they made mistakes. Jamaica ni omu ye nyina no ankosi baby a failure. Chese policies are Jamaica did two kwemu na enu pepe persona yenam no. Yen yi bi free mo. Yes, ya cut 2.5% expenditure to GDP, you see you broaden VAT, all the measures taken by Jamaica, Ukosha, and from the physical to monetary, and therefore, no failure. It just stands to reason, say, without even going deeper into the analysis. But who can say debt restructuring and debt exchange program, what it is, it is quite simple. Mediocre. Me see metria watch now. Emre no do no man to me anya sika na maw. Nti e ka no ye 2000, me see mema of 500. Upea na ye no say mema of 500 ene in 2 weeks time. Upeswa in 4 months time no. Now abeji osika. Ana enyesa aswa in a year's time no. My 4 debt alternative papers are out. Nya open na wafa. Nemum to discourage you from a short-term debt no. Me see ukofa 2024 DNA. The whole of 2023 no. Me mau any interest. Now from 2024 economy mema only 5%. And the earliest you could opt for is, I think, the 4 years bond that you can opt for, or I think 5 years, because the first one will be 2027. Yeah, so that is the earliest you can opt for. What it means, say, so almost see 2025 numbers start here 5% now. Naturally, say barely you go 2023 without any interest. What this means, say, your principal has been touched, because $1 today is not same as the worth of $1 tomorrow. Me personally taking an investment position. What I will have to do is to analyze. Say, the net present value of Sikano, of the future cash flow of Sasikana. So, January 2027, in 20,000, what is it worth? With inflation rate of 44%, which has the prospect of going up. What it means, say yeah, you see 44% no bear to assume say and cost bioma. Then what it means, I mean 20,000, I've done 16,000 in about 2 years. In about 4 years, I've done 14,000. In about 6 years, I've done 12,000. And he said, then I made 20,000, but to me at top 10 where or China 20,000 mean to me fan top 10. So you are worse off, and that is where the issues are. Most of the bond some are floating coupons and some are fixed. Who kotono? You can't share or say we are fixed. Me see Minkah. Me pay variable diano. That is more riskier. And so the reward is a bit higher. Say nyama sisan yes. Now what has been given, say upe is fixed. One other thing, our Uber to me and your good success rate with debt restructuring in this form is to engage the creditors. What has happened is that there wasn't any form of engagement with the creditors. So ufre banks now they are not the main creditors. The creditors are me and you are. Yedi yesika akoto sa bonds and now yedi yesika akoto bank. Na bank no disika no akodi adwuma no. So you really need to consult widely so that we can have a consensus. But I say no, I say we need Ghanaians to support. We need Ghanaians to support this. How can I support something that I do not agree with? How can I support something that nintiasia in cheche mu pepe biambai? Nobody is able to show me say analysis ni usikano say na econo say na obenya. What is the, because at this point send the economy na nobody would want to borrow to government on a long term. Obia beko short term. And to 1 share year, Obia will opt for, all the investors will opt for 2027. Because the longer you keep your money there, the more you lose. And that will also put a lot of pressure to the next administration. So 1 share year na Obia Okita bond, say, one of 4 various bonds for us to choose from. Yengina yepe 2027. Say in 5 years' time or so, the bonds would all be maturing, even at the 10%. To have to pay make a bullet payment of over 137 billion. One share na ha economy of that time as well. And therefore, what they have done is not prudent. In fact, they have set us up for another huge failure in the future. And this is not acceptable. Debt restructuring, dear. So while you see legal means, and now when you see taxation, say, well, maybe uko yi sesia yebeti tax say yebe then you are encouraging people to go a certain way just to protect their investment. Usha, it is bringing a bit of unrest on the labor front as well, because government, through the powers to make laws and all that, and then she shares MPRA, SNIT law, Nyaman Social Security Act, and those Emrano share almost said they should put part of their investment with government. And in some cases, and assure more the rate at which they should put in there, including the financial institutions around them. Mrasho mo say, fasika say, ekoto government bonds and our bills. And he say, omo akoto based on who a share would there two omoso. Now today we have turned around to say you would have to suffer for my insistence or my imposition, say fasika ebetumi ho. Bottom line, what we have not done, say our fiscal policies have all failed to actually produce good returns, and that is why we are where we are. And I think, say, we should be seen doing things differently, behaving better, to actually repose confidence in the investor community. Say, say, and the Embwa. I'll categorize what minority requesting in about 2 or 3 headings. They want reallocation of resources. They also want, let's say, a dismissal of manage this situation up to today. And then whether what they are suggesting in terms of the tax issue are appropriate. And in terms of reallocation of resources, major to say most of the things are not to be done at this time. We say on see cathedral, where did you na tower? What your mass school fees now? I near coming now. I see cathedral. Up to today, I have not seen any analysis. I bet share me how we recoup the money we are putting into the cathedral over a period. Have people built similar structures in this country with that size and magnitude? How much they cost them? Yeah, there I can point to many churches that have built something that are quite huge. We can describe as a cathedral, and they have not spent close to near Abai Edi Shemono. So if we should reallocate resources from those ventures now, it is a call in the right direction. I would even go further and say, government should redirect resources from all the 17 flagship programs. That is going to cost us something about 10 billion should be reallocated. And all those programs should be halted for the time being. Until minority kano mifwasu ewoho, and I think we should even go further and ask for more. We have a budget deficit of about 64 billion to finance. Minority can say debt restructuring should have been put as part of the budget. They are right. Minkah, and I think on one occasion, will be challenging me, so I should put my credibility on the line, and I did. Say, IMF will not give us a program if we do not return to sustainable levels. And one ayagusuno. So what the IMF will tell you, no say, ko na kosisi ho, ansana me mabeso mo. And it's as simple as that, because the IMF only supports countries with balance of payments challenges. The hard decisions must be taken by us. Do they know they would be doing such a thing as the time the budget was read? Yes, they knew it. What I think they were doing is say they felt they were managing the situation, and therefore let's take this out of the budget, because Usha budget now, I think about 52 billion in terms of interest payment, had actually considered near Omori scheduling. So the issue is, without the budget's life has not begun. Budget it has started failing already. We see you're spending so much in terms of interest payments. Was the debt restructuring factored in there? If no, then budgets now are presenting ought to be rejected. For you to go and prepare the budget well and bring it back to Parliament. And it will be a huge indictment on the Parliament of Ghana. I'm not saying a huge indictment on the majority or the minority. I am saying it will be a huge indictment of the credibility of Parliament if this budget is made to go through without the proper scrutiny. Because already what government is proposing, it is carried through. A lot of the figures there will change. We will not be financing a debt of 64 billion any longer. Would we go ahead and still go seeking for financing needs of 64 billion, or that will be changed, that will be reduced? And now you're trying around April to review the budget when we know that most of the things there cannot be achieved or will not come into reality. And there is a lot of questions surrounding the budget as well. And I will agree, say, if you want to do such debt restructuring, we should have it fused in the budget. Ma obi anko fair trade, anko resist 64 billion, and your physical space enough to misbehave again, because this is what has been going on. And it is time those we have actually elected to do the job of scrutinizing government and watching over our backs should be seen doing their job, and that is Parliament. Efutua medibema Oman Ghana nese Ghana bakupena yawo. Whatever it is, we must make sure this corporate body called Ghana stay together economically and survive these turbulent times. Yeah, na yakofa 2 years so, and we should be responsible enough to make sure, say, we would manage it through the turbulent period. It is about time, say, everybody feels, get the feeling, say, we are all responsible for this, and work towards that. This is a time that the nation has also called on us to do the best for it. It is no longer about those managing the economy. It's about the survival of the Ghanaian. Di omu manage economy yechia and react accordingly. One share nakrui abokra. So I'll plead, say, those panic withdrawals should cease. In fact, if you are not able to liquidate way back in January 2022 year, I think it is best you would keep your investments intact and not panic. Meaning say for by here musika dia bibi foforo, and therefore they would want to still liquidate and take whatever they can get out. But at the same time, we have to think of the health of this country. One share na espili over to savings, because se ukati na enye in terms of how people react to this debt exchange program now. It could spill over to our demand deposits obia nisika free bank, and that means that the financial sector would basically collapse. And once the financial sector collapses, the economy is dead. And therefore we will plead with everybody, see yebe share omwa omutiti ho, yebe share the president Akufo-Addo, yebe share the cousin Kano Furiata, yebe share the vice president Baumia, one share ya na ya bokrui. And we should all stay put. We cannot trust them, but we should think of the health of this country. And I think it is about time that they live more responsible life in terms of public life. We did not put this country in their hands for them to destroy it. It was put in their hands intact, and they must return it intact to whoever. If they believe that we are all Ghanaians, we all have equal ownership of this country, then they should properly engage the people of Ghana so that we can build consensus and quickly find a way out of this situation we find ourselves in. Enti futua medibema no.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach, where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there! We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
A state-of-the-art facility built with your family needs in mind. A medical center positioned for all your fertility problems and other diseases. Medimosis Clinic and Prostate Center. Our goal is to help our patients achieve and maintain optimal health. We have fully functional OPD laboratories in all our branches. Do you have problems urinating? Medimosis is the ultimate solution. Our Prostacure X capsules and Prostacure Herbal Tea treat prostate problems. Afromosis capsules gives you maximum performance, and for the ladies, Femacure X capsules solves all your menstrual problems. Locate Medimosis Clinic and Prostate Center at Adenta Barrier near the traffic light, Ashaman, Ajekojo, Kumasi, Ahirima Kokobing, and in Accra, Ministries after the Ghana Highways Yard. Call 0244 068 447. We accept National Health Insurance Card and all other private insurance card. Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center, your ultimate solution for prostate problems.
I'm Samuel Kwekunambu. I'm coming from Ejumako in the central region. This is the first time I'm actually winning.
This is my first time. This is the first time I'm winning promoted them. HD Plus.
I'm very sure that I was not the only person in the draw. So I say thank you to God, thank you to HD Plus for giving me this opportunity.
The promotion is real. I would like everyone to partake.
Get a Promo HD Plus decoder from an authorized dealer, as well as any EGL outlet, or subscribe for 3 months or more to register for the final draw by dialing *844 *8# now.
Lately, I've been drifting aimlessly. The actual retail price is...
Cine, exclusively on HG Plus channel 115.
Let's talk about today's big take story, because it takes a close look at Ghana as a case study for the challenges facing emerging markets that borrowed heavily when the cost to do so was cheap and now have seen their fates change. Ghana's currency is on track to become this year's worst performing, with the government priced out of the overseas bond market and forced to seek an IMF bailout. Ghana is one of at least 15 of the 72 emerging markets in a Bloomberg index that now have dollar debt trading at distressed levels. I have a chart here looking at the options adjusted spread to the U.S. Treasury curve. If you want to see the chart, you can find it in today's big take story on the terminal and online. But we see Ghana trading at 3,141 basis points. So joining us now is Donna El-Baltaji, Bloomberg managing editor for credit. Do we have a proper understanding of the default risk facing emerging markets right now?
I think that we do. I think what we're facing is actually quite worrying, because not just because of how much they borrowed over the past few years, but also because markets are closed. So in order to refinance the debt that's coming due, a lot of these sovereigns are going to face a lot of issues.
And Donna, this is an age-old dollar FX risk story, isn't it? A lot of these countries have got themselves into this predicament because they loaded up on dollar debt. The dollar has changed in value substantially from the time that they did that, and now they find those debts unaffordable. This is, and it's much wider than just Ghana, as Kaylee was alluding to. Absolutely.
This is emerging markets' original sin. Basically, you go to a market and you load up on debt in a currency that isn't yours, and then all of a sudden things shift. And the issue here is that when things shifted, the entire world saw borrowing costs go up. So there is no place of refuge. So now they're stuck with massive, massive loads of debt, a dollar that's super strong, the inability to meet those debts, really, and the inability to find new financing. And that's why a lot of people are raising the alarm, saying that emerging markets need help, and we need to figure out how to finance those debts.
We thought the emerging market that may need help, or that a credit event might emanate from, was China for a long time. It seems that now is a narrative that has shifted as they've taken a number of measures to prop up the property sector, for example. So do we no longer need to worry about China?
I think we always need to worry about China because it's such a massive economy, and anything that happens in China impacts the entire world, not just emerging markets. And I think actually that is the massive elephant in the room for the entire world economy. If China does not open up, that's going to impact oil prices, and that will also impact emerging markets too. If it stays closed, of course, we will still see issues with inflation and all of those knock-on effects that we've been experiencing over the last 2 years. So yes, even though China is taking some steps in order to alleviate the pain for some of the companies there, it's still a massive issue that we all have to
sit up and know that there is a watchman called the Parliament of Ghana, that if they are betraying the public trust, are not living to the expectations of the public, they will be held accountable by this August House. That is the good this position is doing. And then to you aspiring ministers under John Mahama, the same rule will apply to you tomorrow. So don't think that is applicable only to them. Tomorrow, when you do assume roles as ministers, this House will hold you accountable. Mr. Speaker, it has facilitated transparency and openness. At least the minister have now provided 80 million for Kati.
He owns Data Bank. Is it not true that Data Bank is the one who is a transaction advisor and a book runner borrowing for government? Is it not true that Data Bank is paid fees that he gets dividends from? It is true. What is it about the conflict of interest that we should not be discussed here? Mr. Speaker, is it only financial institution in Ghana? Why is it that before he became a finance minister, Data Bank was not a book runner? Why is it that suddenly you are everywhere, that bank? Everywhere. Why is it that now Data Bank Enterprise Group, they are now the only financial institution that has taken every business? And you are saying that we cannot discuss conflict of interest. We need to set standards for our country. We need to ensure that Ghanaians take us serious, and that when we are giving jobs, it is not to grow our businesses. It is to serve the people and to make sure that Ghana becomes the winner. Mr. Speaker, if anybody continues under this to contend that the finance minister should remain in government, then we must as well dissolve Parliament and dissolve government as well. Because we are failing our people, we are failing the people out there who voted for us, and we are failing the people that we are supposed to serve. You cannot be serving yourself, you must serve the nation, and you have failed. It's time to say, Ghana, you gave me an opportunity to serve you. I have served you to the best of my ability. My ability is not good enough. Bring in somebody else to do the work. Why are you still sitting there? We gave you the job. We said we don't know you again. Is it for us to serve us? Is it for you to serve us? So please, the finance minister must do the honorable thing and lead that office and give us an opportunity. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The minority leader in London admitted that many of the allegations that they have packaged. Yes, you said, Mr. Speaker, he has not even listened to me. Mr. Speaker, he said, the finance minister knows that some of the issues that they have raised are true. They are right. You said some of the issues raised, the finance minister admits, are right. What it means is that some of them are not right. Some of them are untrue. Some of them are falsehoods. And you want us to vote. Mr. Speaker, And he didn't point out which ones are true and which ones are false. Tell us. And you want us to follow you on this misadventure.
Value of the shadow of death.
On this grotesque misadventure.
Value of the shadow.
Mr. Speaker, like Pontius Pilate,
we'll wash our hands.
We'll wash our hands. We'll wash our hands. We'll wash our hands always.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Ifo kra na menyisika. Edia ye mefui.
Ehinfa pa na menya bosia. Edia tre medjuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre mi yebusia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yemamwa kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hyehyɛ ahodo bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekokro bosia, susu account. Eni da so wɔ hɔ savings account. Me bada chain savings account. Ene de keka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Na won so wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank ama ene mayeka ona.
Suhum Rural Bank enti me pa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Welcome to Auto Check Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to so many hour crap.
Sure.
Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check.
Visit AutoChecks at Koforodia Aquadrum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. AutoChecks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
Check, AutoChecks.
and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there